Chapter 6. Maximizing the firm value impact of outsourcing decisions.
James R. Crows, Soumen Ghosh, and Andrew Manikas.
Introduction.
The outsourcing of business activities to third parties is now an integral component of many firms' competitive business strategies. Since the 1990s, outsourcing has increasingly resulted in the relocation of business activities to foreign locations. This increased reliance on outsourcing as a business strategy raises a number of challenges and concerns. Most importantly, although the purported goal of outsourcing is usually to derive a competitive advantage in the marketplace, it is not clear if outsourcing has consistently generated value for organizations. In addition, it is not clear if outsourcing decisions made by firms are always strategically aligned with their overall competitive strategy or if outsourcing generates the value firms expect. This chapter presents details of an investigation that was conducted to evaluate the impact that outsourcing decisions have had on the shareholder wealth of U.S. firms, and to identify the strategies used by firms that have had both successful and unsuccessful outsourcing experiences. The outsourcing of activities to third parties located in other countries, offshore outsourcing, has become a common practice for U.S. firms attempting to increase their competitiveness. One study found that 21% of firms in the United States outsourced some of their internal business functions to offshore locations. 2 and reports estimate that the value of offshore outsourcing contracts grew approximately 29% annually between 2003 and 2008 and is expected to continue to grow by 17% annually through 2012.3. With this growth, the types of activities that are outsourced have changed dramatically. In the past, firms typically considered outsourcing only non-core, peripheral activities, but now, many businesses consider outsourcing even strategic activities in an effort to gain a competitive advantage. Firms that consider offshore outsourcing are conducting a make or buy decision. Those that choose to vertically integrate a function, thus maintaining control over business activities. Conversely, firms that choose to buy or outsource activities partner with an external vendor and possibly give up some control over their activities. The dramatic growth of the Internet and broadband technologies throughout the 1990s stimulated the growth of offshore outsourcing by enabling the communication of information and the collaboration of activities across large geographic distances. 5 The elimination of these geographic obstacles led many firms to consider offshore outsourcing to take advantage of the perceived lower costs found in many offshore locations. The main driver of offshore outsourcing decisions is the desire to reduce costs. 6 Cost savings can result from many factors, such as the service provider's ability to perform services at lower cost, the avoidance of fixed costs, being able to maintain a smaller or more efficient labor force, and access to a vendor's highly skilled workforce. The labor savings associated with offshore outsourcing can be significant. A study published by the National Association of Software and Service Companies estimates that U.S. companies saved nearly $8 billion annually in labor costs by outsourcing business functions to firms located in India. 7 This is mainly due to lower wage scales in offshore locations. For example, the cost of skilled technology workers in India can be 50 to 60% lower than the cost of similar labor in the United States. 8 Lower labor costs are not the only workforce-related driver. Many firms outsource to offshore locations to access highly skilled and talented workforce that provide better quality services and often in a shorter time frame than can be acquired domestically. As educational systems throughout the world have advanced, the number of offshore workers with advanced degrees has grown substantially. For example, India now produces as many engineering and science masters and doctoral graduates annually as the United States. 9 Outsourcing internal business functions may generate value through labor cost savings due to reductions in workforce. 10 Or through the avoidance of the costs associated with the hiring and training of new workers. 11 Offshore outsourcing may also lead to a reduction in material costs by transitioning an operation to a supplier located in a resource-rich location. In addition, a focused and experienced external partner may be able to provide higher quality services by leveraging capabilities that the outsourcing firm does not possess. Finally, by outsourcing non-core business functions, a firm may be able to refocus its limited internal resources on its core business activities. 12 This may in turn allow it to free up cash by avoiding the need for certain capital and overhead expenditures. When activities are outsourced, a firm can avoid investing in equipment and facilities it would otherwise need to complete an activity. Instead, the main costs to the firm are the direct cost of the outsourced product or service and any associated transportation costs.